Well, this is officially the first heat pump I've ever installed. I learned a lot, and Japanese instructions are worse than the Chinese instructions. I know they refer to it as Chinglish sometimes, but the Japanese was horrible. It was literally backwards, and I think they read from the back forward, like they read backwards. I don't know, it's crazy, but kind of did, some things were just, what do you call it, like by my own doing, or what made common sense kind of deal. So anyway, this is really cool. This is so awesome, this heat pump. The last one was just an AC. This guy is obviously a heat pump, and it heats. So I set the schedule this morning to turn on like a half hour before we wake up and bring the house up. It was went to bed, it was like 69 or something, and then it was nice to wake up to a toasty house. And the house this is great for this place because it's so small, it brings it right up quick. But this is the LG Art Cool. It's nice mirrored front, and the display is behind the mirror and it shines through. It's kind of cool. It connects Wi-Fi, so I have an app, to control it via the internet, which is really nice. It does come with this funky thing, which is cool in its own right, but it is kind of hooked up to this still with a contactor. This guy was just controlling a 24-volt contactor in the basement to run the AC, so it's kind of screwy because when I say that the system's on, it says that it's on cool right now, it's also running a heat pump. So what we're going to do, there is what they have called a dry contact, which will control heat and AC via this guy with the Honeywell. So in other words, it allows the LG to be communicated with a standard house thermostat. So if I also did just the fan, done. Where am I? Fan. So if I also just did the fan, like, it would run that as well. So I don't know. The LG interface is wonderful. This it's a little barbaric, So I'm not sure how I'm going to integrate this or just completely remove that LG from the system. But one of the things I'm glad I did, not to take your whole time, but is I'm glad I went with the smallest unit I could find. That was 220. So this is the tiniest in the world, 220, as far as BTU's system. I think it's only 12. So it completely rocks this place too. We had just unbelievable what it used to do to the last one, compared to this one, how well it does. So I'll show you my install out here. Did a nice job too. I got the focus, there you go. So I did do the hideaway. The last one didn't even have a hideaway. It had just taped lines that were all coming apart and shit. So that was nasty. He had regular BX running from the house to the fucking box with no, protection. So I did a nice outside power box. Granted, it's supposed to have a disconnect on there for code, but my disconnect's in the house. So I just did a nice little power box with a flexible conduit and a drip loop. The black feed wire is the wire that runs and controls everything. I did not do anything with the drain just yet. Still wondering what I'm going to do with that. I mean, for right now, it's kind of cool. It's hard for bugs to go up it because it's not affixed to the house, but still working on that. But anyway, pulled a vacuum on it, flared my lines, pulled the vacuum, let the Freon go, and so she runs really, really good. Happy with it. Yeah, he didn't even have insulated lines before. He had like fiberglass insulation wrapped around him, but anyway, very cool. Some kind of dual inverter LG, and I think the point with that is I know there's a little dent on the top here. It pissed me off, but oh well. It made it in freight undamaged except for that, so I'm not gonna complain. But Yeah, it ramps up and ramps down, so that's cool. Instead of a compressor kicking on like full throttle and then cutting off like the last one did, it was either or off, or off. This one's kind of like, you can hear the compressor just like run a little bit or run full throttle or run whatever it needs to do. Like right now it's actually heating the house, but you couldn't even tell. So I am just very pleased with that. So anyway, good morning from Maine. Gonna fill our fire cart up here and move the Kubota Gaba. And oh, there's Bella pooping. Oh, there you go. You see something in the wild finally in Maine. Look at that. That's a pooping dog. Wow, that's native to this area. Pooping dog. Sorry about that. Mama, we filmed a pooping dog.
Yeah.
Pooping dog.
I'm sure she loved being filmed with that.
Pooping dog.